Daniel Wobber Christenssen was never an ordinary man. Trained as a child spy, he spent his early years gathering secrets from the shadows, learning how to infiltrate, survive, and uncover the truth. Now, years later, Daniel has been sent on his most dangerous mission yet: investigate a mysterious RimWorld on the edge of known space. Rumors speak of lost technology, unknown civilizations, and secrets buried beneath the planet's surface. His objective is simple: gather intel, uncover the truth, and survive long enough to return. Daniel has arrived on the unknown RimWorld. But before he can investigate the RimWorld, Daniel must first survive. With no supplies or clothes and liminal knowledge of what dangers await him, Daniel begins his first task: finding a safe location to establish a camp. Using his years of training, he carefully studies the environment, searching for a place that is safe. In the distance, he sees an old ruin. He decides that this will be the place to seek shelter for now. On his way to the shelter, Daniel encounters his first major obstacle. Hidden among the landscape lies a nest of death stingers, dangerous creatures capable of killing a man with one sting. Daniel knows that ignoring the nest would only create problems later. Once his camp is established, these creatures could attack without warning, putting everything he builds at risk. Daniel decides to act before the danger awakens. He carefully approaches the nest, eliminates the threat, and destroys it completely. The RimWorld has revealed its first challenge, and it will not be the last. After dealing with the Death Stinger nest, Daniel finally reaches the location he selected for his temporary shelter. What he finds is the remains of an old ruin, abandoned long ago by whoever once called this place home. The structure offers the protection he needs, but time has taken its toll. Several walls are damaged, weakened, or completely destroyed, leaving the shelter vulnerable to the dangers of the night. Daniel knows that exposed walls mean exposed weaknesses. Before darkness falls, he chops a couple of trees for wood and begins restoring the ruined structure piece by piece. Using his survival training and careful planning, he reinforces the damaged sections and turns the forgotten ruin into a defensible shelter. For the first time since arriving on this RimWorld, he has a place he can call safe. With his shelter finally secured, Daniel feels hungry. Scanning the area around the ruined shelter, he spots something valuable among the wilderness: a patch of wild berry bushes. A simple resource, but an important one. Daniel carefully gathers the berries, knowing that every bit of food could mean the difference between survival and failure. With his first supplies collected, he prepares a small but nutritious meal. After a well-earned night of rest, Daniel wakes up ready to continue his mission. The shelter has provided him with safety, but survival on this RimWorld requires preparation. He knows that relying on raw food and temporary solutions will eventually put him at risk. Using the remaining wood from the surrounding area, Daniel begins cutting and shaping it into usable planks. With careful precision, he constructs a small campfire near his shelter. This simple addition could prove vital. By cooking his meals properly, Daniel can reduce the risk of illness and ensure he stays healthy. After preparing several meals and securing a small food supply, Daniel begins thinking ahead. His mission on this RimWorld could take weeks, maybe even months. Relying only on wild berries and whatever he can find in the environment is not a sustainable strategy. He decides to make a small farm and plant some rice. It will take the rice some time to grow, but it will be worth it in the future. With his food supply becoming more stable, Daniel can finally focus on another important part of survival: protection. This RimWorld is filled with unknown dangers. The Death Stingers were only the first warning, and Daniel knows that more dangerous creatures may be waiting beyond the safety of his shelter. Using the materials he has gathered, Daniel begins crafting basic weapons like a club and a bow to prepare himself for future threats. Whatever this RimWorld throws at him next, Daniel will be prepared. After crafting his first weapons, Daniel is finally starting to feel prepared for the dangers of this RimWorld. But that feeling of safety does not last long. From the distance, a desperate cry breaks through the silence. Someone is calling for help. Daniel follows the sound and discovers a woman named Sairu, trapped and surrounded by a group of death stingers. He immediately recognizes the danger. These creatures nearly stopped his own progress before, and he knows exactly what they are capable of. Every instinct tells him to stay away. But Daniel was never the kind of person who abandoned someone in need. Without hesitation, he rushes in, pulls Tsairu away from the swarm, and carries her back toward the safety of his shelter. But the Death Stingers have noticed. The creatures give chase, closing the distance with terrifying speed. Daniel pushes himself harder, running through the wilderness while carrying Tsairu, knowing that every second matters. But even his training cannot overcome the speed and power of the creatures behind him. A sharp sting strikes, then another. Daniel collapses to the ground, his strength fading as the poison takes hold. The man who survived countless spy missions, who uncovered secrets hidden from the world, is defeated not by an enemy agent, but by the unforgiving wildlife of an unknown RimWorld. As darkness takes him, one thought remains. The mission was never supposed to end here.